Listen, you guys, it seems like the Joe Budden podcast is evading discussing the Jay-Z part of the Nicki Minaj, remix. And we're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about K. Michelle and, Tamar Braxton as well as Rasheeda. It seems like she is not letting up on any of these ladies. And at the same time, Raja is being accused of feeding the grass, to a 13-year-old Orlando Brown. And we're also going to be talking about Justin Bieber. It seems like a lot is going on with him. Meanwhile, Tina Knowles is out there debunking, people that are trying to say that Beyonce is struggling to sell in as far as the tour is concerned. Hello, tea lovers, and welcome to the Tea Plug. I trust you guys are doing well, and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great. You guys, I am doing extremely amazing. And without further ado, let us dive straight into today's tea. So, first of all, let us talk about Joe Budden and the Nicki Minaj band from New Orleans remix. They decided to do a little review of that song. And of course, they did bring up the people that were getting whacked. Of course, Shannon Sharpe had to be brought up. And they were trying to dissect and understand whether this was an actual diss or not. Now, I do understand where they're coming from when they say that, well, that doesn't really sound like a diss. But Nicki also went on Station Head and, she was like, I had to avenge you guys, but I'm glad that I didn't take it where I wanted to take it. I'm glad I didn't put in, the line that I actually wanted to put in as far as Shannon Sharpe is concerned. So that makes me feel like she decided to go for the lighter thing of it, where people are kind of like, okay, is she dissing him or, is it just playful? And honestly, I do now see why she decided to do that, because obviously Shannon was ready to play the, oh my God, I'm oblivious, I don't know what's going on, I never was shaded to you, and tried to change the entire narrative as if we didn't watch him being obsessed for more than 2 years straight, unprovoked, asking random people about this lady in a shady manner. So yeah, they were trying to dissect that. But that's not the only person that got a whacking from Nicki Minaj. I mean, we would expect that, well, they would also mention the men from Fraudulent Nation. Because you know what, that NFL line was undoubtedly for that man from Fraudulent Nation, and so we were kind of expecting to see them play that, but you could see all of them, they were so uncomfortable talking about the song, and they were trying to avoid the Jay-Z talk. They literally acted like that line does not exist. And honestly, when it comes to Joe Budden lately, I don't know if he got polarized or if they've got something over his head. I mean, he's been known to be wild also, in he had his own wild days. And if they do handle him the way that allegedly they do handle other people with this, oh, we know this about you, we know this about you, I could see why maybe he's kind of standoffish each time that man from Fraudulent Nation is mentioned, because his energy suddenly shifted. And I know that Joe Budden can be somebody who's out there pandering, but do I think that only money would be able to turn him into this entire, I don't know at this point, because his credibility is getting questioned. Even at this point, academics speaks more sense than Joe Budden. And I'm just like, what is going on with him? And why is he doing that shamelessly? I just feel like there has to be a bigger motive than just a paycheck. They all acted uncomfortable. They all acted like they didn't want to talk about it. And I know that Joe Budden deep down really does love Nicki Minaj and her raps. And he would have been out there screaming and shouting and, gigging at the bars and stuff like that. The fact that he was not able to do that and he totally acted like the Jay-Z diss doesn't exist. We shall hear in the future what exactly the tea is. But anyway, let me just insert a tiny, tiny snippet of what they were able to discuss, which is nothing, and then I'll catch you after that.
Or that's why I asked to hear it. But
yeah.
If I send you a picture of Shannon, you're not Sharp, I don't know that is dissing Shannon Sharp. So what did Shannon Sharp have to say?
He said in the latest episode of Sharp's Nightcap, blah, 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 he said he was...
Why do we care what Shannon Sharp has to say about a diss track?
I mean, this was literally on fucking Billboard.
But that's another one of those.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be on People Magazine and a whole bunch of shit,
But
because it's Shannon Sharp and...
It started because Shannon Sharp a long time ago said Nikki who. Mm-hmm. And he explained that he was talking about Nikki Haley. the governor of South Carolina and not Nicki Minaj. But he said it was a misunderstanding. That when he said Nicki who, he wasn't talking about Nicki Minaj. But Nicki took it as a diss, which is why she did the Shannon and not that Sharp thing.
Got it.
Right.
I'm going back to my R&B.
Can't give you them 4 minutes back, but
it's okay. Thanks.
And Nikki said something in her Twitter too. She said, "If I send a pic of Shannon, you ain't that sharp. Yeah, nigga, you thought I forgot that Nikki who shit you did? Laughing my ass off. Just kidding."
There's content.
There you go.
This.
Ocho Cinco almost caught a strizzy just by being around your crazy tail self.
And that's why Shannon was like, "Look, I don't want no smoke.
I don't want no problems."
He was like, "Look, it was all. Let's start over."
Problems,
right?
bro.
He's like, "Let's start over."
Problems.
I don't know.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right, now I understand.
Yeah.
Shannon Sharp. I'm getting that old where somebody got to explain to me
the rap disses.
I am old. It's all right.
Crazy kid.
That was really interesting was
Well, there you heard that, you guys. Speaking about Jay-Z and DC's, it seems like his wife Beyonce, people have been running around saying that, well, her tour is not selling. Oh my goodness, the demand is down. She had to slash down the prices. But one person who's not having it is none other than Beyonce's mother, Tina Knowles. Now, one thing about Tina is she will speak up for Beyonce when people try to play with her. So she decided to take to her Instagram to repost a video from the tour, which was basically showcasing the stadium. It does look full. It does look like a lot of people came out there. And this is what she said. She said, struggling ticket sales in quotes. Okay. So I guess this is her just saying, look, you guys were saying my child is no longer selling and people don't like her. But well, that's not the case because she's not the same as a husband. You guys can dislike Fraudulent Nation all you want, but my child is not a part of that. So let me know in the comment section, you guys, what you think about this. Now, moving on to the next thing that we are going to be talking about. Let us talk about Justin. It seems like, I don't know, since the Diddler case started and all those allegations started, Justin has relapsed once again because, the posts that is out there posting on his Instagram are very questionable. Clearly, you can tell that he's troubled. Something is going on with him. The recent post that he made obviously made people question what exactly is going on behind the scenes. He posted, some screenshots from a conversation that he clearly was having with a friend. I don't know if I should put that in quotes, but this friend was saying that they were not comfortable by, however the contact was that Justin, basically showcased to them. And this is what Justin responded and said. He said, I would never suppress my emotions for someone. Conflict is a part of a relationship. If you don't like my anger, you don't like me. My anger is a response to the pain that I've been through. Asking a traumatized person not to be traumatized is simply mean. Okay, so from the context here is probably he shouted at someone and they didn't appreciate however he spoke to them, and they were like, I don't like this. So the other person responded and said, I am not used to someone lashing out at me. It's not like it's not that I don't see and feel your anger. Okay, to which Justin responded and said, ouch, this friendship is officially over. I would never accept a man calling my anger lashing out. I enjoyed our short-lived relationship. I wasn't kidding when I told you I didn't need you as a friend. I have good friends who will respect these boundaries. And then he said, I thought you were a P word, which is why I always kept my distance, but I was willing to give you the benefit of the doubt. This confirms you were the P I always thought you were. And then an F you emoji. And then he said, please leave me alone now. And then the person responded and said, I am a P. And then he said, blocking you now. And I'm just looking at like, what in the gaslighting is happening here? You're shouting at somebody and somehow they should respect your boundaries of, by doing what? Allowing you to shout at them. I do acknowledge that this boy has been through much in the hands of the industry, but at the same time, to expect that everybody puts up with you shouting at them is just wild, because some people actually do have trauma from parents who used to shout at them, so they don't like it when people raise their voices at them. So that's also trauma that cannot be dismissed. So you can't just talk to people anyhow just because you've been through the most. But that being said, it just saddens me again when I see people supporting what is done in this music industry. It's just so sad, because this boy had his whole childhood snatched away from him by this cruel industry, to a point where even as an adult now, he seems to not be able to get over it. And you see that he's looking for closure, he's looking for healing. At some point, he was running to Jesus. It was just so sad. And it's still just so sad that this industry is able to damage someone to this extent. But let me know in the comment section, you guys, are you one of the people who feel like, well, as a friend, if I'm shouting and I've been through so much, you're supposed to put up with that? Or are you, those people that feel like, well, there has to be some form of boundary in as far as what I can take as your friend? Now, moving on to the next thing that we are going to be talking about, let us talk about Raja. Okay, I heard some of you trying to correct me, telling me that, oh, his name is Ray J, not Raja. Keep up. You really think I don't know how to read where it says Ray J? I do. Okay, Raja is a nickname that he got from Nicki Minaj. So there's that, for those of you who get confused when I call this man Raja. But Raja is getting called out by Orlando Brown. At this point, it's the battle of those that are spiraling. Again, we are seeing the impact of the entertainment industry and the dirty, dark side to it, because Orlando was once again a victim, a victim of that, of that industry. So he's out there calling out Ray J, when he was like, well, if I go to court, I'll go there, unclad and all of these things. He's not having it. He's revealing that, well, actually, back in the day, Raja was out there inviting him. He was a 13-year-old boy to smoke tree with him. And what type of behavior is that? Now, am I shocked that things like this would come out about Raja? No, because Raja is one of those people also that does look like, well, there's something that is also haunting him from the past. I mean, he was linked to Whitney Houston. He was recently linked to Wendy Williams. So at some point, really, whatever you do in the dark will haunt you in the public. Now we're just watching him spiraling, losing his family, losing a lot of things, his sanity, and all because of these dirty deeds that happened and that allegedly he might have been associated with. But looking at him himself also, he got into the industry pretty much when he was young. So we don't know what also happened with him when he was that small boy, okay? So that in itself, it's a cycle of things that keep on happening allegedly in the music industry. But let me insert what Orlando Brown had to say, and then I'll catch you guys after that.
Doesn't understand is he was wrong for letting me come over his house when I was 13 and smoke weed against my mother's permission. Come on, Ray J. You are the dope man. You sold Whitney the death bag. Come on, man. You the dope man. You was the dope man for Diddy and Cassie. You the dope man. You the dope man. and then you got the audacity to sit there on your whatever that is. I guess I've seen a preview of it. Talking about I'm the kingpin. Oh, are you the kingpin? Let me know. Just go ahead and further incriminate yourself. Why would you say you're gonna go to the courthouse butt naked, Ray J? Ray J, why would you say you want to go to the courthouse butt naked, Ray J? Ray J, you saying stuff like that so it would be inadmissible in court. You understand? Your dog is cute.
You look like you want to play on That's So Racist.
But, you got to be very, very careful with, how you play, Ray J. You're just saying that kind of stuff so you can be found inadmissible in court. Okay? That's all you want to be inadmissible in court. You want to be deemed uncredible as a witness. So you're saying things like, oh, I'm gonna go show up butt naked, and I was the kingpin. But if you're saying somebody told you right, because I'm a nigga with money, so somebody advised you right. They told you to do the Orlando Brown.
Well, there you heard that, you guys. There you heard that. Now, moving on to the next thing that we are going to be talking about. Let us talk about K. Michelle. K. Michelle, if there are two people that K. Michelle would never, ever, ever forgive and forget about, it's these two women, Tamar Braxton and Rasheeda. It seems like just those two names trigger the behind out of K. Michelle, because she cannot help it. With Rasheeda, if I'm going to be honest, I'm not blaming her for still, having this energy for Rasheeda, because recently Rasheeda herself went in an interview and she was asked if she would ever apologize to K. Michelle for what she had said about, the fact that, well, she insinuated that she was lying about the DV situation with her ex. And even up to today, Rasheeda said that she would never apologize for that. So it seems like she's standing on business. And I had to say this for some of you who may come in saying that, well, K. Michelle is still praised over Rasheeda when Rasheeda is not thinking about her. Of course, she's going to be praised, because, it's years later and you're still standing on that hill of saying that I wasn't DV'd as if you were in that room. So obviously, K. Michelle is entitled to say also what she feels like when it pertains to Rasheeda. So, as expected, she was like, Rasheeda is unhappy with Kirk and and his 3 earrings, and basically dragging her with the basic things and all of these things. And that's not the only person that she came for. She also came for Tamar Braxton. They also have their own thing going on there, and she was out there calling a Muppet. And the last time she said this, Tamar crashed out. It really hurt her feelings. But then that's the same Tamar that goes around also calling Lonnie Love, Blake, whatever. So with these women and their ages, honestly, I just find it interesting that even at those ages, they still feel like they need to be this petty, okay? But yeah, let me know in the comment section, you guys, whose side are you on with this? Do you really think that K. Michelle is justified for this? With the Tamar Braxton thing, I just feel like it's a petty thing that could have been amicably resolved, okay? The Rasheeda thing, I do see, the seriousness of it all. But when it comes to the Tamar one, I feel like it's something that they could have spoken out before it went out of hand, the stopping bags and all of these things. I think they could have handled that. But let me just insert what, K. Michelle had to say, and then I'll catch you after that.
Beefing music the same way guys beefing music?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You got some beefs out there?
A lot.
The toxic me.
Hate the bitch.
Who?
The Muppet. Like, I got into this game and I came in on a show called Love and Hip Hop. I talked about my abuse and I didn't say anybody's name. There was this Muppet in the corner, yapping. And even till this day, when Beyonce sent me flowers and everything, she subliminally, but not subliminal, talked about me and everything. When I go through bookings and everything, it's always her name, don't book her for shows. So you're attempting to even stop money for how I take care of my child and everything. All because of what? All because you ain't got no edges. All because of your sister really the star. This is what this is about. All because of the man that you love tried to talk to me before you, in the middle of you, and after you. All because I'm from the country, but you are the bumpkin. It is always something with this loudmouth coyote. And I mind my business. I don't say much. I don't say anything, Cam. But as soon as I say something, it is this and that. I'm to the point I am for women united and all of this.
Cap.
No, I am.
Cap.
I swear for cracks and cheese. I'm for Women
can't
United, but I'm
say-
tell you one thing, I'm
you
gonna slap the fuck out of her.
You can't
On
do that.
site.
You can't do that.
Yes, I can.
That's why I say it's cap. You can't say woman empowerment and then
Yes, I can.
you can't do that.
That is a Muppet, not a woman.
No, you can't say
I
that.
can say
you can't
that.
say that. You can't. Okay, if we're talking about accountability from top to bottom,
Give it to.
we talking about accountability
Give
from
me.
top to bottom.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. Girls beefing music.
You do?
I swear on everything.
Tell me why you love that for me. Come on, friend.
I'm an opponent of happy.
Yeah.
Be happy. Go to, go do, go be with whatever, whoever, whenever, as long as it incorporates happily.
Yeah.
Then whatever. Don't tell me you married.
I'm not.
If you
out
can't
there
tell me
anywhere.
that you're happily married. Don't tell me you're in a relationship.
Oh, but they gonna tell you they married. I've been married, but you are miserable.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Frost Bistro. It reminds me of the Rasheeda and Kirk situation. They've been married for forever and they are miserable. That is horrible. And I just remember her yelling out saying, "You'll never be married." Well, not to that bullshit. You was right. You know? Don't just be married to be married. And that's what I want for black women. I'm all for black love.
Can I stop you right there?
Stop me, come on.
That's what my home, my nucleus was. I don't want to be married just to be married.
Well, there you heard that, you guys. There you heard that. That being said, thank you very much, you guys, for watching. And thank you very much for making it this far. If you have not already, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button and do turn on the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time that I post. I post each and every single day and I keep you updated on what's happening in the celebrity world on Instagram, on Twitter, and about all things trending. Until my next one. See you.